Can everyone stop, listen for a minute for me, please. Different sorts of instructions, different sorts of directions. Did anybody notice anything about some of the instructions and directions here? What one are you reading, Shenha?
Yeah.
Which one are you reading? What's its title? How to?
How to get to the phone.
Okay, and who read one that was different to that? Good. Lucretia, what did you read?
Instruction.
No, open it up and show me the one inside that you were reading. Good. What did you read? How to? How to? There's the title. How to? Can you help them, Eda? How to? Play.
Play.
How to play stuck in the sand. What did you read? What was yours called? Where's your title?
Staying safe in the sun.
So, rules for staying safe in the sun. So the book has many different types of instructions and directions. Great. Let's close those up and put them right in the middle, please. Can you then sit back in the U around the carpet for me so you can see the easel, so you can see the screen, and so you can see me. Okay. First we're going to look at me, so look this way. We've talked a lot of the time about what we need for instructions. What were some of the things, thinking back and looking in the book there, that you just saw? What are some of the things that we need for instructions? Moise has got an idea. Who else has got an idea? Sharat, are you thinking of an idea? What are some things we need for instructions? Think about how we've seen them, what we've seen happening. Moist, you want to share your idea with us?
Maps.
Oh, in these instructions you had a map? Yeah. We talked about how with instructions it's good to have a picture or a photo to show you. Remember when we did our paper folding last week? When we did spoken instructions? It was a little bit difficult, wasn't it, to get it right? Okay. Serena. Yes, you write what you do, and when you write what you do, you have to do something. We have to remember some things about the writing. Maria, what do you think? I like that word. You need steps. So let's put that down. So we need steps. Because what do they do? What do steps do? Emma?
They tell you what comes first, next, and next.
They give us the time order of things. And I really like those words you used. First, then, next, and last. So we said that the steps give us the order of how to do things. And usually the words are time related. First, then, next, last. Lucretia, are you thinking? What else do we need for instructions? We've said photos or illustrations, steps that are numbered or ordered. What else? Thinking. Tanya, can you sit up for me, please? Come on. Ryan, I think you've got an idea there. Serena, I think you've got an idea. Sabrina, I think you might have an idea too. What else did we see on some of those instructions last week? We were looking at the words that went with the order. What sort of words were we looking at? When I want to tell somebody how to do something, what sort of words do I need? What sort of words do I need to tell them?
How? First.
After that, that's a time order word. After that, when I want them to do things, what sort of words do I need? Ryan, what do you think? Yes, when you're asking someone you can, but not for here, for written ones. Remember we looked at them when we did our making a cup of tea. Think back to making a cup of tea. What were the type of words we were talking about? Serena, what do you think? Put. What was another word? Shenhao. Pour. Good. Lucretia? tip,
Stir.
stir,
Take.
take. Got to get that idea.
Place.
Place. What sort of words are they? They have a name because they go with what we want people to do. So what type of word is it? Ryan's got an idea. Think about it. Tip, place, take. One we said was remove. What do they tell you to do?
They're like keywords.
Like keywords, yeah, they're the main words that we use. But can you do a please? Can you show me a please? Maybe. Can you show me a take? Okay. Can you show me a tip? Okay, so what are you doing when I say those words? What are you doing? You're doing a action. Okay, so they are action words. So not only do we need numbers, we need action words. Okay, good thinking. So last week we folded paper and then we made a cup of tea. And we folded paper into a certain way using spoken directions, and that was hard, wasn't it? Because we couldn't really see how it should go. But when we did making a cup of tea, we looked at pictures, didn't we? The steps that we follow in pictures. Today, we're going to use that same thinking to talk about how we do recycling. Okay? You know so much about reducing, reusing, recycling. We've got our boxes. This morning you had the Year 6s come in and talk to you about that. But what we're going to work on today is writing and making instructions for how to recycle. So I want you to think of all of those things you know about recycling, all of the pictures that you need in your mind right now. You've seen videos of it, and you've seen PowerPoints of it, and you've read books about it. We've talked about how you do it. Now if we need to tell somebody how we do it, we have to really think clearly about what we need to do, okay? Have a look up here. Who's got one of these posters in their kitchen? I took this from my refrigerator this morning. Have you got a poster like this that shows you the different types of pictures of the same objects? Anybody got one like that? I do. You do? Okay. This is what helps me to know what can be recycled. Lucretia, looking this way. Again, it's got a picture. It tells me what it is. And it kind of shows me how I need to have it in a group. How some things might look different, but they are still made of the same thing. Okay? So, I've got the same objects. Different objects made of the same thing there. That helps me remember. I found this one up here on the internet because it shows you what is recyclable and what is not. Let me move the screen up. Okay, so let's have a look up here. What's this symbol mean? Surah?
Recycle.
Okay, it tells us recycle, doesn't it? Really clearly. Okay, it says what's recyclable? Can you notice how you have green tick boxes here and red tick boxes here? Check boxes. Why do you think they're green and red in this poster? What does green usually mean? Lucretia?
What is red?
Green means go, doesn't it? A yes. What does red usually mean? Surah?
That means stop.
Stop or no. Okay? So that's a good way, first of all, for me to know, even if I can't spend all the time reading, I can see that these things definitely. Now, here it's written in Swedish, so it's really hard for me to understand. If you read Swedish, it's easy for you to understand. Here it's written in English though, and the first one is paper, and it tells me all the different types of paper. Glass, plastic, metal, Tetra Paks. Do you remember what Tetra Paks are? Yeah, but this morning the girls talked about Tetra Paks too, didn't they? Yeah? So they're the cardboard cartons, aren't they, that go with milk and with juice. Sabrina, you need to be looking this way. And it also says batteries. So that's another thing that can be recycled. When you've finished using things in your home, what do you do with them? What do you do with your rubbish? Where does it go? What do you do, Eda? What do you do with it? Where do you put it? When you've finished eating something out of a plastic bag, what do you do with that plastic bag? Where does it go? In the plastic bin. So in your house you have a plastic bin. Okay, who else has a plastic bin in their house? Great. If you have paper, what do you do with that? Put it in the paper bin. Who has a paper bin in their house? Okay, good. What about bottles? What do you do with bottles? Try not to make that noise, Akrisha. Okay, so other people can still think. Sabrina. Do you have a bottle bin? I don't have bins in my house, but I have bags in my house. So you might not have a bin for that in your house, Sharat, but you may have a bag. So when we finish with our rubbish, the first thing we have to do is what? We can't just put it all together. What do we have to do? What's that word we have to do? An action. What are you actually doing? You're putting in the plastics, you're putting in the paper, you're putting in the glass, you're putting in the cardboard. What are you doing? What's a word that describes that? What do you think, Emma? Who can help Emma? Serena? I like that word, sorting. To begin with, you have to sort your rubbish, don't you? You just can't magically have it go where it needs to go. So the sorting is really important for recycling. So when we're telling people, Shenhao, you need to fold your arms back in this way. When we're telling people how to recycle, we need to help them know that they have to sort their rubbish. And if each different part has a bin, it makes it easier, doesn't it? Because it gets pretty messy, doesn't it? Ours is pretty messy here, isn't it? So you have to have a way of keeping it all together. So when you have put it in the bins in your house where it needs to go, Joanne, what do you do then? What's the next step? The first step is to sort. And the next step is to place it in the right bins. What's the next step after that, Joanne? Where does it go in your house then? Emma's got an idea, so has Sharat, but Joanne, I'd really like you to give me an idea. Where does it go then? Who can help Joanne? Sharat.